Okay. All right. So that is for a biconditional what? Statement. Okay. That is for a biconditional statement. Identicals are what? True. Identicals are what? True. So if we want to connect this, we have this is just a demonstration of, all right, so Jacob, you can go ahead. This is just a demonstration of all what we've looked at so far. So we have P, we have Q, we have negation, we have what? Yeah, and we have or, we have exclusive or, we have is the full set of all the operations that we have looked at so far. Okay, but at times you can make certain statements. And I don't know whether it's this class or the full timers. I'm sure it's the part-time full. Sorry, the HND full timers. Somebody made some submission the other time. You could see that the statement that the person constructed or the compound statement that the person constructed looks like the person is coming against himself. Okay, it looks like the first statement is coming against what? The second statement. So to clarify all that, it narrows our study down to what we'll be looking at as what? Equivalence. Okay, we are going to look at what? Equivalent what? Logical operators. So now we want to see that, okay, logically, a particular compound statement under certain conditions. Okay, under what? Certain conditions. So the symbols that you are seeing on your what's the name? Your board are just the ones that we've just looked at. When it comes to logic, that's the first one that we've used. Okay. When it comes to Boolean algebra, we use what? For negation, we put some asterisks on top of what? The P. For end, you know that end means multiplication. So P and Q are coming together. Addition. So these are just symbols that you furnish yourself with so that when you see them somewhere, you'll be able to identify all of them. So logical equivalence. So when we talk about logical equivalence, equivalence tells us that two things are what? Equal. So you make a particular statement, compound statement at the left-hand side, and you equate that same statement to another compound statement under different conditions to see whether they are logically what? Making sense, or they are logically what? Equal. Or they are logically what? Equal. So we proved something over here the other time, saying that the converse, okay, the converse of an implication, the converse, we know that we interchange the position, is what? Logically equivalent to what? The inverse of that. I hope we looked at this the other time, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is what? A logical statement that proves what? Equality. We are saying that the converse of a compound statement in terms of implication is what? Equivalent to what? But your section, I'm not going to go into the proofs too much. We are just going to look at the definitions, look at the symbolic form, then we take some examples, then we end the class. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's proving for equivalence, I'll come back to this table. Q. When you have a compound statement, P or what? Q. P or Q. Let me use the one that our brother just gave us. She has a laptop, or she is what? A student. Is that not so? She has a laptop, or she is what? A student, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
we are saying that in terms of equivalence, when you take the negation of that particular statement, this. When we take the negation of this, we will still have the same output as what this. So we are saying that P or Q is logically what? Equivalent to what? Negative of all the negative of P and what? Q. Then somebody will be confused. What is he saying? Let me take the negative of this and see. You know, let me go to normal algebra that we do. Let's say you have a negative multiplying, or let me use negative 2. Negative 2 plus, or let me even use negative B. Okay, so you know that when we are multiplying, negative will give you positive, right? So negative 2 times 2 will give you what? Negative 2 times 2 will give you what?
Positive 4.
Positive what?
4.
Negative 2 times negative B, what will it give you?
Negative, positive 2b.
Positive 2b.
Positive 2b.
Positive 2B. Can you see
Yes, sir.
that this guy has affected this negative and have affected this negative as well, right? So even though
Yes,
this
sir.
was a negative, it turned to what? Positive. Is that not so?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So according to the Morris, he's saying that when you take the negation of what's the name? And your output will be or, and when you take the negation of or, your output will be what? And. Okay, so the negation of negative P will now become a positive P, right? This negative is now going to affect this sign. So the very moment this negative affects this sign, it will change to what? Or negative will now go and affect negative Q to give us positive what? Q. So you can see that when we expand this, we will still get what? P or Q, which is equivalent to P or what? Q. Are we okay? You see what this student is doing?
Sir, because of the noise, we can't hear. I didn't get what you said.
Because of the noise.
Okay, so let me go back. And frankly speaking, it is not fair. Okay, it is not fair. I've always been saying that we are here, all of us on this platform are not kids. This should be left to a GHS student or SHS students who are not well abreast with the system. They will log on and they will misbehave. That one we can condone it. But this one, we are all matured. We are all matured. Let's follow simple instruction, okay? So that at the end of the section, it wouldn't look like somebody's offending somebody. as we speak now, most of us are at our workplaces and we are using this small chance to what? Engage ourselves in studies. So if some people are in the house and they are trying to distract the system, it wouldn't be good. I beg you. Thank you. So I am taking it again. So we are saying that P or Q is logically equivalent to what? Negative what? Is logically equivalent to negative P and what? Negative what? Q, right? Okay. So somebody would now say, without even using the truth table to prove that, because mostly they will ask you to prove using the truth table, but when you have some basic understanding about the whole thing, it guides your studies when you move higher in the academics. So I just demonstrated something that let's use normal algebra, okay, where we factorize. So we have -2, negative what? B, right? And we are saying that in terms of algebra, negative.
Sorry, I'm here.
Hello, sir.
Also, Freeman, when I report your account, you will not be able to log on to any, what's the name? So when bracket, so -2 times -2 will give you what? +4, right? So -2 times -b. This negative will now affect this negative to become what? Positive what? 2b. Is that not so? When it comes to logical reasoning, we use the same idea. Okay, we use the same idea, but in terms of the symbols or in terms of the operations, we use what? The connectives instead. We use the connectives what? Instead. So now looking at this algebra, we can then go back to our board and see if we can apply the same knowledge. So negative times negative P will give you what? Positive P, right? You can see from this level that when you multiply -2 by negative B, is giving you positive what? 2B. So if this negative affects this negative, affect this operation, it will then change to what? Or it will then change to what? Or. So negative times negative Q will give you what? Positive what? Q. So we can now say, that the output P Q is the same as P or what? So we have P, we have what? Q, true, true, false, false, right? So we can have true, false, true what? False. So now true will be what? We need negative negative P, we need negative Q, we need P or what? Q, we need what's the name? Negative P and negative Q, and we need negative what? P, sorry. We need negative P or what? Negative what? Q, right? So now let's go. This negative will be what? False, false, true, true, right? This one will be false, true, false, true. So let me use. So we need P or what? Q. And we know that or when, what's the name? The first one is false and the second one is false. Your outcome will be what? False, right?
Yes, sir.
So it will be false. The rest are what? True, true, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
So negative P and negative Q. Negative P and negative Q. I say negative Q. True and true is what? True, right? So where can we locate true and true? This is true and what? Where's true and true? Is here, right? So true and true is what? True. The rest are what? False. Are we okay?
Okay, sir.
All right. Now we want to go to the last one. So now we want to take the negation of what? We want to take the negation of negative P and what? Negative Q. Negative P and negative Q, right? Hello, class. Are we there?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, please.
All right. So what will
Yes,
it be?
sir.
Say P or Q.
I made a mistake, right?
Say P or Q. There's a mistake there.
There's a mistake, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, there's a mistake. Yeah, right?
Say no. The P or Q.
P or Q.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. There's a mistake there.
okay.
It's true. The first statement is true, and
The
the last statement is
false.
false. Yes.
So false or
No,
false
it's
will give you
true.
false, right? So the rest are
Yes.
true.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I interchanged it, right?
Yes, sir.
So this one is negative P and negative Q. So where is this negative P and negative Q, right? So for and true are what? True. The rest are false, right? Are we okay? So now we want to take the negation of what? Negative P and what? Negative Q. And this is the region for negative P and negative Q,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So negation of false will be what? True. Negation of false will be what? True. Negation of false will be true. Negation of
False.
true will be what? False. So as you can see, our final guy over here, where is it? Our final guy here is the same as what? This one. Are we okay?
Yes.
All right. So can I rub and
Yes, sir.
continue? All right. So please, if you have any question, you can ask. Okay. So as equivalence, I've explained that earlier. So now we are going to move on to what? Some basic equivalent what? Laws. Some basic equivalent what? Laws. So all what you are seeing here, and please, it is not double implication in this case, okay? All that you are seeing over here means that it implies what? The output. Okay, it implies what? The output. Or it is equivalent to what? The output. Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's look at the first law. The first law talks about what? Identity. Okay, the first law talks about what? Identity. And identity law is telling us that what? Truth does not affect conjunction. Stephen, please, your hand is up. You can speak. Stephen, we can't hear you. You said? Hello?
Please, I wanted to ask if it can be possible that we get the soft copy. Of
This particular slide, eh? Is it this particular slide?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll think about it, okay?
Yes, please.
I'll think about it, okay? But don't worry, I'll send that. Don't worry, okay? Thank you. Can I continue now?
All right.
Okay, so identity. Identity is telling us that the truth of a statement does not actually affect what? The statement. The truth of a statement does not affect what? Conjunction. In a sense that when you have your first statement and the second statement is true, it does not affect your, what's the name? Your statement. So what am I trying to say? I'll take them one by one so that we'll appreciate it well, okay? Identity, the first one is telling us that truth does not affect what? Conjunction. You can see from here, you can see from here that we have P and what? T. Okay? P and T. So all that we are looking at is this part. We are saying that this true statement, it does not affect what? The conjunction. So your output is the same as what? P. Okay? Your output is the same as P. So let me give one example so that you appreciate this. Let me say it is raining. It is raining. And the car is red. It is raining. And the car is red. Does the car is red affect it is raining?
No, sir.
No, sir.
You see, it does not affect it, right?
Yes, sir.
So when it comes to identity law is saying that if you have a truth statement, it does not affect what? The conjunction. Your first statement still what? Holds.
Sir,
Yes.
Gordon Adam is disturbing us.
Who is that?
Gordon Adam.
Godwin Adam. Let me look
God
for
will
him.
mute your mic. God will mute your mic.
I've taken care of that. Okay, so can we continue now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we are saying that your conjunction does not affect what? What's the name? The truth of the second statement does not affect what? Your conjunction. So a practical example is what? It is raining and the car is red. The car is red doesn't have anything to do with what? It is raining, okay? So your final output will still be what? P, which is the original what? Statement. The second one that we look at is what? P or F is the same as what? P. That means that the force does not affect what? Your disjunction. Okay? Your force does not affect what? Your disjunction. So let's say we say that the first example that I use, it is raining and the car is red. In this case, I'll say that it is raining, or 2 plus 2 is what? 10. It is raining, or 2 plus 2 is what? 10. You will see that even though 2 plus 2 is not 10, it does not have anything to do with what? It is raining. You get it? So even though your second statement is false, all right, but it does not affect what? Your disjunction. Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I would like the class to give me 2 examples. Then we use it to establish this fact. Then we move on. Hello, class.
Yes, sir.
I hope you can still see my screen.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please give it to me. Let me see. I just need 2 statements to validate that.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Okay. First statement.
Okay.
He is fair.
He
Okay,
is
sir,
fair.
please, for the identity. The
Yes,
dog is
for that.
sleeping.
Please, somebody was giving a submission. Please let him finish, okay?
Okay, so he
Okay.
is fair.
So, sir, I said for the identity.
And the second statement,
We didn't
he
hear
is
the first
hungry.
one.
The first one says he is fair.
Okay.
The second one says he is hungry.
Okay, so join them together. If
Okay.
he's fair, it does not necessarily mean that what? He's hungry, right?
Yes, please.
So the B does not really affect what?
Right.
Your A, right?
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay, please, the last person. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Bright.
Please,
Mr.
can I
Bright.
try?
Okay, try.
I am sober and I have seen the lecturer.
I am what? Sober.
Sober and I have seen the lecturer.
Okay, you being sober does not necessarily mean you see the lecturer, right?
Yes.
Okay, so those are some good statements that we can now continue, right? Yes, yes.
The last one.
Okay, last one.
Mahama is the president of Ghana.
Mahama is the president of Ghana.
Yeah. They're gonna have bad girls.
They're gonna have bad girls. Very true. So this one here, how does the gun having bad girls has to do with what Mahama the president? This I hope is clear. So These are some identity words, equivalents, okay? So now we are going to what? Domination. Domination is simply telling us that anything, any statement, and what? Any statement or a true output is giving out what? A true conclusion. Anything or any statement or please take note of the symbols because those are what we are using to connect. So any statement or a true output or a truth conclusion will give us what? A true output. So let's take one example and see. Let's say I'm using the first statement, which is P. I will pass the exams. I will pass the exams, or 2 plus 2 is 4. I will pass the exam, or 2 plus 2 is what? 4. So guys, 2 plus 2 is it not 4?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, it's 4. You get it?
Yes,
So I can conclude that at least 2 plus 2 what? Be 4, right?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Another statement. Legon girls, Legon has what? Bad girls. Or Mahama is the president of Ghana. Is it not true?
It's true.
It's true. Okay. Mahama is indeed what? The president of what? Ghana. So the second domination is saying that P or any statement P and a false statement will give you what? A false conclusion. Okay. Any statement and a false what? Output will give you what? A false conclusion. So let's give an example and see. The first one that I gave, I will pass the exams and 2 plus 2 is 20. I will pass the exam and 2 plus 2 is what? 20. Is it true or false?
False.
False.
It's false because 2
False.
plus 2 is not what?
20.
20. So let's bring it to our normal lives. So I'm telling somebody that, oh, in fact, guy, I'm going to pass this exam. Okay, I'm going to pass this exam. But do you know, is that 2 plus 2 is 15? The person will say, Charlie, forget, you didn't lie. Why 2 plus 2 will be 50? Where did you hear that one from? So you can see that even though I am giving the information that I'll pass the exam, it could be true that I'll pass the exam or I will not what? Pass the exam, right?
Yes, sir.
But telling the person alone that 2 plus 2 is 50 has made everything so bad. Do you get it? All right. So guys, let's take 2 examples of the domination, which is or, and the domination, which is what? And.
Sir,
Please, yes.
the first one.
Okay.
Kofi is going to school.
Is that?
Kofi is going to school.
He is going to school.
School.
Okay.
Or he's a boy.
Or he's a boy. Class, let's validate that. He is going to school or he is a boy. So in fact, let's even put it. Kofi is going to school and Kofi is a boy. Okay. Kofi is what? A boy. This one you are being specific. Okay, Kofi is what? A boy. And it's true that Kofi is a boy, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, or Kofi is what? A boy. And the last one on that. Somebody should give us the last one on that.
Messi plays football. Messi is a player.
Messi plays football.
Messi
Or
is a
Messi
player.
is what? A player. Which is very true. Messi is what? A player, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the next one. We are moving on to the end. Class.
Hello, sir.
Yes. I'm listening now.
Richard Apalu is the class rep.
Richard
And
Aparo is the class rep and
is a class rep.
uh-huh.
And Isaac Alim is a girl.
Very good. I love it. How can Isaac be a girl? How can Isaac be a girl? Unless he is what? A gay boo before we can even classify. And that one cry is not a qualified girl, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's a
Yes,
very
sir.
good example. That's a very good example. So Mr. Aparo is what? The course rep. And Isaac is a girl. Isaac is a girl. The last one is what? False, right? So your output will be what? False. So let's take the next one.
Hey,
Yes.
it is 9 p.m. in the night.
Okay, it is 9 p.m.
The sun is scorching.
The sun is what?
Scorching.
Let's look at this one very well. Class, let's justify this one.
Sir,
Yes. I'm listening now, please.
please, it can be true because other part of the country, sometimes when it's 9 o'clock, please, other part of the country like Europe, when it's 9 o'clock or 12 o'clock, still the sun is shining. So it can be true. So we can't take that one.
Any other submission?
But we
Yes,
are in
sir.
Ghana.
There can
We are
be
in
there
Ghana.
can be natural phenomena. There can be a phenomenon where the sun will be overhead and around 9 p.m. you'll be seeing the sun. So
Like eclipse at the night.
Since we are in Ghana, I think we should use the Ghana
He
one.
classified it as PM. He didn't say AM. And outside, if it is daytime, it is always AM. But he said PM.
All right. So do you know something? In terms of this, the P is not necessarily having an effect on what? Your false statement. Okay? It's not necessarily having an effect. That's why you could see the example that our brother gave. They say Apollo is what? The course rep, right? And
Yes.
Isaac is what?
A
A girl. So you can see that there are two different, what's the name? Two different statements coming together. Do you get it? But in this case, when you look at it, you say that he is having the 9 p.m. from the first statement is having an effect on what? The sun scorching. In fact, I can conclude that the sun is scorching, right? I can
Yes.
say that the sun is scorching. And it's true that it can be true that the sun is scorching, or it can be false that the sun is what? Not scorching, right? So the final output is what? True. So in this case, that one is not what? Valid. If you want to link it with the 9 p.m. thing.
Yes, sir.
Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. So let's try and use that same thing and formulate it and see. Let me see. How can we rebrand this statement to form a nice statement? Okay, then if you can formulate that, let's move on to the next one. Idempotent. Idempotent. That's our next word, equivalence word, law. So this law is saying that when you have what? P or P, your output is the same as what? P. P or P. So what it's trying to say is that, let's say you have a statement. Mr. Apalu is what? The course rep. Or Mr. Apalu is the course rep. It's the same as Mr. Apalu as the course rep, right?
Yes.
Yes. So that's the idempotent for what? Or. So Mr. Apalu is the course rep. Or Mr. Apalu is the course rep. It's the same as Mr. Apalu being what? The course rep. I can also use this one. The sun is what? Scorching. Or the sun is what? Scorching. My final my conclusion will still be that the sun is what? Scorching. Okay. The next one. P and P, a statement, and that statement itself will still give you what? P. So Mr. Palu is what? The course rep, and Mr. Palu is the course rep. Indeed, Mr. Palu is the course rep. Please, do you get it? Mr. Palu is the course rep, and Mr. Palu is the course rep. In fact, the final will be what? He is what? The course rep. Okay. Let's take only one example on these two, then we move on. Our time is fast spent. We have to make sure we get to some place before we end. Yeah, Collins, Mr. Collins, please, you can give your submission.
So it's a question.
Okay.
Okay, so with what you just said, let's say I have an example that says the first one is Ronaldo is a goal machine, and then the second one is Ronaldo scores goals.
Mm-hmm. So
they are both different, but the meaning is the same.
The same. So in fact, what you are just trying to say is he is what? A goal machine, or he scores what? So in other sense, maybe the goal scoring machine simply means that he scores goals, a lot of goals.
Yes.
Okay. So that's a nice input.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, so can we move on to the double negation? So the law of double negation, you take the negation of what? And the negative form of a statement, you get a positive form. Like what we just look at, negative P times negative P will give you positive P, right? So in this case, if you have negative of a negative statement, it will give you what? The positive of what? That statement. So for example, it is false that I am not happy. It is false that I am not what? Happy. What am I trying to communicate? I'm just trying to say that I am happy. Or
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
so it means that when you take the negation of a negative statement, your output will be what? Positive. It is not true that Ronaldo is not a goal scoring what? Machine. So all that I'm trying to say is that Ronaldo is what? A goal scoring what? Machine, right?
Yes, sir.
So commutative is telling us that when you have P or Q, is the same as what? Q or what? P. P or Q is the same as what? Q or P. And the same way, when you have P and Q, is equal to what? Q and what? P. Is the same as what? Q and what? P. That's distributive. For example, when it comes to normal algebra, we know that A times B can be the same as B times what? A. That means that 2 times 4 will be the same as 4 times what? 2, which is what? 8 equals what? 8, right?
Yes, sir.
So when it comes to commutative and the equivalence, or and its converse will still give you the same thing. Okay? And its converse will also give you what? The same thing. You know that the converse, you are just interchanging the positions, right? So, guys, I want us to use two statements. Somebody should give us a P statement, and another one should give us a Q statement, or the person can give us both, so that we use to justify this. Hello, my friends, please help me. Yeah, Mr. Michael, you can talk.
Please, Akpalu is not the class prefect.
Akpalu is not the rep. Okay, the Q is what?
So the Q is Akpalu is the class prefect.
Okay, so we are saying that P or Q is logically equivalent to what? Q or what? P. Is logically equivalent to what? Q or what? P. So let's put the first one together to be P or Q. Yeah, hello. Hello. Yeah, hello, class.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
let's form those two statements. The way the time is, I'm sure maybe we'll be ending around this place. So let's take the first one. We have P or Q. Please form that statement for me. What will it be?
Akpalu is not the rep, or Akpalu is the rep.
Okay, Akpalu is not the rep, or Akpalu is what? The rep. Okay, let's change it and see.
Akpalu is the rep, or Akpalu is not the rep.
So you see that logically what you just told us is the same thing that you are repeating.
Yes, sir.
But just that you interchange was the position, but it doesn't necessarily change anything about the whole statement, right?
Yes, sir.
So Akpalu is not the rep, or Akpalu is the rep. So when I change the position, I say that Akpalu is the rep, or Akpalu is not the rep. It's just like I'm saying the old same thing. Right?
Yes.
Okay. For associative, it deals with what? Three, what's the name? three statements. Okay. For associative, it deals with what? Three what? Statements. So they will give you the first statement, second statement, and what? The third statement. So what this is tell us is that when you have P or Q, okay, when you combine P or Q, or meaning all of that or R is logically equivalent to what? Taking Q or R, all or P. So we are going to use three statements. Just add one statement to this so that we can use to establish that fact. Just add one statement to this for me.
He is a student of ATU.
He is a student of ATU, right? Okay, so let's form this one. Let's form the first one. Let's form that one.
Akpalu is not the class rep.
Okay.
Or Akpalu is the class rep. Then he is a student of ATU.
He is a student of ATU. Plus, we agree with our brother for that formulation.
Yes, sir.
We all agree.
Yes.
Yeah, please, I also understand it this way.
Okay.
Akpalu, with the P or Q, I can say
Okay.
Akpalu may be the rep, or Akpalu is a student of ATU.
Akpalu may be the rep, or
or he is a student of ATU.
that is sending us to a different dimension. Okay, that's his submission. He's saying that Akpalu may be, you are adding another condition to it too. Akpalu may be what? Please repeat that again.
Akpalu may be the rep, or he is a student of ATU.
Okay, so you are putting Akpalu is not a rep and Akpalu is a rep together.
Yes, please, because of the brackets appearing, that is why, that's how I understand it.
Okay. It's a good try. So the first one, you say, either Akpalu is what? Not a rep, or Akpalu is what? A rep, or he is what? A student of what? ATU. So I don't know whether you say either or either. Either Akpalu is what? Not a rep, or he is a rep, or he is what?
A student of
A
ATU.
student of what? ATU. So please, there's some hand up. Mr. Jacob.
There.
Yes,
With
please.
such statement, should we do with the one in the bracket first before we come out, or we
Yes,
should
but
all
yes.
the three statements?
Yes, so this one they ask, if let's say they ask you to use the truth table, you deal with the one in the bracket first before you find all R.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So please, let's form the other one and see if logically it makes sense or they are equal. We are waiting on.
Sir, please, sir. Sir,
Yes.
can you go with the
We are done forming the first one. Either Akpalu is not a rep, or Akpalu is what? A rep. Or he is what? A student of ATU. So now we want to prove whether this is equivalent to what? This, right? Q. So I want the sentence for this, like the way we formed this one, and to see if logically it makes sense. Please, do you get my question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please, let's form that so that we'll look at the last one again. Then I will leave you.
Sir, can I try?
Yes.
Akpalu is the class rep or okay.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes, I'm listening, my brother. Brother is stuck on the way.
Okay, so let me try.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Akpalu is not the class rep, or either Akpalu is the class rep, or he is a student of ATU.
Okay. That's a nice and a very good try. And who wants to talk again?
Sir, I second the one we just spoke.
I want to try.
Okay. Yes. He said the second, the one who just spoke.
Akpalu is not the rep, or Akpalu is the rep, and he is a student of ATU.
He has changed the whole thing. You know, brother, I've changed the whole thing.
Yes, sir.
Why are we saying he has changed the whole thing?
Because of the end.
Because of the end he brought.
Q and R.
Yes. Brother, the end over there, you are bringing a conjunction.
I see.
So that one, you are bringing a conjunction. Okay, there are some hands up. Guys, let's discuss that and close. Oh, please, you can unmute yourself and talk.
Okay, sir.
I want to try.
Sir.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm also trying.
Okay.
Akpalu is not the rep. Is Akpalu the rep, or is a student of ATU?
Please say that again.
Akpalu is not the rep. Is Akpalu the rep, or he's a student of ATU?
Okay. Well, that is a little bit close. Akpalu is not the rep, or Akpalu is the rep.
Or he's a student of ATU?
I'll consider it small. The last one, so that we end this section.
Akpalu. Second, I try.
Please try.
Either Akpalu is the rep, or Akpalu is not the rep, or he is a student of ATU.
Simple. Simple.
Either.
Akpalu is what? not the
Either.
rep, or, you know, I told you that this place, English works a lot, okay? So
Okay, sir.
you know that either works with what? Or,
Yes, sir.
okay? It works with what? Or. So you can use either or you can choose to just give the raw statement like that. Okay? So
Okay.
your statement like this is correct. Since a brother also made a submission that Akpalu is not the rep, or Akpalu is the rep, or he is what? A student of what? ATU. You can just
ATU.
put it that way. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You can also say that the first one, so this one, say that Akpalu is what? Not the rep. Or Akpalu is what? The rep. Or the student of what? ATU. It is not wrong. So the first one is what? Akpalu is not the rep. Or Akpalu is the rep. Or Akpalu is what? A student of what? ATU. So you see that this statement and the first one that we made are the same. Do you get it? There's no difference in these two statements. Okay? So that is all that we are talking about. The next one is what? And.
Either.
Which one are you describing now? Now we are moving. Okay, please, you can talk.
Either Madrid win the match or Madrid lose the match. Madrid will still be on top of the league.
He will still be on top of the league. That's all. And if I even put it this way, it will be the same thing. Either the guys, they win the match or they lose, they will still be on top of what? The league. When I change it or when I say this one's first before that one, it will change anything. Still, Madrid is on top of what? The league, right?
The league.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so the next one is what? N is the same ideology. P and Q and R is the same as what? P and Q and what? R. Okay, so what this is trying to tell us is that when we have the conjunction, grouping the first one is the same as the conjunction grouping what? The last one. Okay, so let's use this same example that brother have given to us. So Akpalu is what? Not the rep. And Akpalu is the rep. And Akpalu, what's the name? And he is a student of what? ATU, which naturally, logically, does not make sense. We will look at that in our next submission when we look at tautology and contradiction, okay? Because in this case, I am saying that Akpalu is not the rep and Akpalu is the rep. Do you get it? So these two statements seems to what? Contradict themselves. Okay? Seems to contradict themselves. But when I'm just using this particular example, that's why it seems that way. But logically, it does not make sense that Akpalu is not the rep and Akpalu is the rep. Please, I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir.
So he cannot be a positive and be a negative of itself at the same time. Yes. Because you know that the conjunction brings them together. Okay. So I cannot say that, oh, say Akpalu is not the rep. But say, and he is the rep. It doesn't make sense. You get it. But in this scenario, that's why I'm using this example. So Akpalu is what? Not the rep. And Akpalu is the rep. He is a student of what? 80. And when you come to this side, we are now looking at this. When you come to this side, we can say what? Akpalu is not the rep, and Akpalu is the rep, and he is what? A student of what? ATU. Okay, class. So please, do you know what you are going to do for me? I will, please take a screenshot of the laws, okay? And the last two, commutative and associative. You use truth tables. Please do it as assignment for me. Use truth tables to prove that commutative of disjunction, and conjunction are logically equivalent. Please, do you get a question? So you see this one and this one. You use the truth table to prove whether they are logically what equivalent. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Please, do you get assignments?
Yes, sir.
No, sir. Please come again.
So you see what we've just done. We have
Yes, sir.
P or Q. We are saying that it's equivalent to what? Q or what? P. The same time, we are saying that P and Q is equivalent to what? Q and what? P. So I am saying that use what? Truth tables to what? Prove that the commutative of this disjunction, okay, and conjunction, this conjunction, right?
Okay.
Are logically what? Equivalent.
Okay, sir.
Please, you get it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I wouldn't want to give much work, so you will not do that for associative. But if you are able to get that of commutative, then I'm sure we can be able to form that of associative. But somebody asked a question that, will you deal with the one in the bracket first before dealing with the ones in the, before coming out? Please, I would like that person to work on that one for me and come and show it to me in the office.
Okay, I'll ring it, sir.
All right, please. But you know my office, right?
No, I will ask.
218, room 218.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you bring me so that we discuss it. Thank you, class. I love your comportment. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
For your participation.
We appreciate you.
Bless you.
Bless you too, my guys. So we'll meet next. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, please. You know, the slides you have, it's not in the handouts.
Okay.
Yes, please. So please, I want to.
It is not. Yes. It is not. Yeah, I realize that. So I will try and send the parts that are not in the handouts to the course rep. Okay. So please give me like a day or two so that I'll put it together for you and share with the class. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
If God willing, tomorrow will you be around?
Yes, I'm around.
I'll come from one of the hangouts.
Okay, I'll be around.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, any further question?
Sir, how do you present the assignment?
So you get what's the name? How do they even call this paper? Official sheet. Okay. Let's see if we can record that for some 5 marks for you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. So please, you do it on official sheet. You give it to the course rep. The next person that you have, I will come for them before say we come and lecture. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
Thank you too.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right.
God bless you. God bless you.
Bless you. So see you for next time. Yes, sir.
Sir, please, hello.